Hey guys, this is Manshark Sub LPs. I'm Sub, this is Crusader Kings II, and this is Millennia in the Making episode 52. We're currently playing as Kaiser Ulrich II of the Holy Roman Empire. He's the son of Kaiser Ludolf, who was the son of Kaiser Ulrich I, and so on and so forth, back to our original character, King Otto. We're currently at war. The Holy Roman Burgundian de jure war over Crane. No allies, so it's just mano a mano for this little province here, which currently has tuberculosis, I think. Yep. And we're just sort of chasing around the King of Burgundy at this stage. We are slowly gaining money. We do have an ambition, as I unpause the game, to actually gain money. So we need about 500 before that'll happen. It feels like the Burgundian king just put his levies down. He's leading troops in Armagnac. Where's Armagnac? Is that one of these? Nope. Oh, so he's probably down here somewhere, I think. Having recently just re-raised his troops. Whatever. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're just going to start besieging, well, provinces, basically one of the only land connections he's got with us. He does have land up here, but it's such a small amount of land it won't matter. If we park an army around here and just sort of, fuck with him in this area, he won't be able to get many troops through. He could take them through Lotharingia, and if he does, we'll deal with that then, but it's not such a big issue. And we no longer have to worry about it because he has just surrendered. Lovely. So now we have Crane. Good on us. And we could hold a grand tournament, but that would sort of go away with our whole saving money thing. It looked like there was disease in Niederbayern, but there wasn't. For some reason. Let's just have a look at that. See, this little cloud here. It's not a cloud, it's a cliff edge. Wow. I am wearing my glasses. I know what I'm doing. Okay, this army. Can't get another shock retinue for it. I believe that we were going for those, but we're going to park them somewhere nice. This woman has become a intricate web weaver. She doesn't like us because she's ambitious and stuff. She's my daughter, and she doesn't like me. You bitch! I have to marry her off somewhere. But she also has a strong claim on the Kingdom of Germany, so we don't particularly want to fuck with that. Now, options. We can't press either of those two because we now have a truce with Burgundian. We've got a couple of things which say that they're going places. I don't think the Tyrol Revolt guy will be going anywhere in particular because he's a revolt and that's a bit of flux there. This guy doesn't matter because this gentleman here is a Littlefinger. We've got a couple of duchies we could usurp. We're going to usurp Carinthia because this fucker, it's going to cost us 170 gold though. Ugh. Oh, it's a pain in the ass. We'll leave it for the moment, but we're definitely going to come back and take it. We've got some weak claims that don't matter. We could go to war with Lotharingia, which is also Italy at this point. Let's just have a look at their at their troop numbers. This isn't always accurate, but it's usually kind of close. Italy... It's not Italy, it's Lotharingia, isn't it? I just said that. Well, here's us. We've got a bit less than we did beforehand because, new dude, all that sort of stuff. Here's Lotharingia. They have 12-6 and I have 21. Oh, and also I could put down my actual... Yeah, I better put down my actual levies because they were costing us a fair amount of money to keep raised. So now we're just paying the reinforced cost for these retinues here. And let's just put... We're told there. So we've got two dudes in our retinue who don't really like us, and one guy who does. It doesn't really matter if they like you or not, from my understanding of things. Anyway, we're at 6 of 7 in our demands. That is causing us a little bit of an issue, but not too much of one. The Hungarian king does have allies, but not really anything that anybody cares about. Let's keep looking around. The Lotharingian king does have an ally, the king of West Francia, which he can and will call against us. So that's an issue by itself. Yeah, there's not too much else in Western Europe that we can deal with that isn't Lotharingia or Burgundy at this stage. We could try coming up here to maybe Zealand. I don't know, are these guys Catholic? Yeah, they're totally Catholic, and we don't even have a casus belli against them. We could claim Laibach here for Altmark, and I think we might do that. Yeah, we're totally going to do that. So let's just get these guys up here to Hamburg. Or to Mecklenburg, I think. That'll be good. So let's just check on this guy's allies. Nobody that matters. Good. Getting some of these lovely messages constantly. And that reminds me, this message popped up again because we just started the game up, basically, just loaded the save game. So we're going to tell this one to dismiss for now, because we know that if I die, then primogeniture in Germany fucks with who gets what. But it's alright, we know that, and we can account for that, we don't need a warning about it. We're looking for Denmark. We shouldn't have too many. 5,000. That's good. That's good. We can take 5,000. Excuse me. At some point, we may want to change our votes for Prince Welfare, because he's 20, I'm 33. If I die of old age, he's going to have maybe 5 years left on him before he goes as well. So, ultimately, what we want to do here is keep Prince Welf around until one of my sons grows up and is actually pretty good. These guys all have massive negative opinions of me. It's ridiculous. Damn sons. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on them. We're getting some messages that people are approving my Crown Authority law here, but we're really just holding there to see how things are going. If it gets passed, that's great and wonderful, and I would be very happy, except for the, minus 30 penalty that everybody gets. And we're getting so many of these votes just changing around, it's ridiculous. I wish we could find out how to turn that off, like the particular thing. If anybody actually knows, I would love to, be informed. Though, admittedly, this episode will be aired maybe a week after I actually record it. That's how good my backlog's gotten. But yeah, if you do know, feel free to tell me. It's something that, could always be very, very helpful in the future. Anyway, the church had just gotten some very beautiful stained glass windows, and as I and Reinhard, this fellow, contemplated the windows, the priest approached us and asked what we thought about them. I had thought about the symbolism of the windows, while Reinhard just repeated what I had said. He is too arbitrary to voice his own opinion, which is, we dislike him a little bit, and we challenge him to speak up, which may change his arbitrary nature. Or, it was a bit flattering, really, which is, we like him a bit more, and he seems to value my opinion. Well, we're a little cynical. We're a bit cynical, but we are proud, so either of these could work for us. He's too arbitrary. Too arbitrary. Yeah, we can't afford another shock retinue. Well, it's not a matter of affording it. We can't get another shock retinue because it needs 900. And we're at, 650 or so. So a couple more provinces and we'll be able to even out this army at 8,500 men. Actually, no. It would even out at 9,000, so we'll need a few more than that. So I want to take Laibach of Denmark, and then probably the Sorbs thing. I will go to war with Lotharingia at some point, so let's look at what we can do here. We need the King of West Francia to like us. Yeah, this guy needs to like us, or Lotharingia needs to be inherited by a de Ravana instead of a Carling, because that's why he's an ally, so same dynasty. We're currently plotting to try and get rid of the county of Württemberg, get it on like my list. We're going to stop that because it's kind of pointless at this stage. It's not going to happen. And really, yeah, it's not too much there. Excuse me. Let's just have a look at my plots all of quickness. The Count of Hainaut is trying to take her land. I'm going to tell him to stop that. She likes us enough. She's trying to kill her husband. And everything else is just murder plots, and really, you know, who cares about a murder plot? Gotta be honest. So, we can't kill the Lotharingian king. We might be able to get close. But it's his heir that I'm concerned about, and we're very close there, so let's get our backstab on. Coughing a little bit today. Let me just grab a drink of water. That's a bit better. So let's see how this plot goes, and we might have to pay somebody a little bit of money, but it should be maybe one person, from what I judged. Yeah, there's a few more murder plots just popping up on our side of things. Oh, of note, we've got a 25% faction that I've just noticed with basically all the dukes and duchesses that don't like us. That shouldn't go up. Unless I lose a lot of men, we can easily take 3,500. The problem is that the Duchess of Baden here isn't going to die very quickly. She is married to a Littlefinger, so that's a bit good for us. But she's 17, so she's going to hate us basically for life. The Duke of Franconia here. At least his son isn't ambitious yet. Ambitious dukes are such a pain in the ass. And this guy's heir isn't ambitious either. We're not going to start murdering our own dukes because that has problems with everybody in our realm's opinion of us. We can freely murder the Carlings because then all we do is piss off the Carlings. And the Pope. But well, you know, really? Who cares about what the Pope thinks? Alright, so we start this move, 9th of October, and we'll get into Laibach. We don't really have to worry about them reinforcing shit, so declare war, we're going to be claiming Laibach. There we go. He should raise his troops up, because it's what they do. He raised them up somewhere. That's alright. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to beat these guys up here, and then we're going to sort of march around to Finn, and then Shalland, and then see what we can do. The big problem with being Denmark is usually they should own this part here, but they don't. See, if we go to the kingdom, this is Denmark here. But if they've been pushed back to the Isles, to Finn and Shalland here, they've only got one route into Europe. Without boats. If they have boats, they can go anywhere, but, you know, they don't have boats. I'm going to say that they don't have boats anyway. So yeah, let's just let that siege progress, let my money tick up quite swiftly. That's good. My kinsman here got wounded because a peasant dropped a boulder on his foot. Happens to the best of us. Oh dear. It's not too concerning because he's just a kinsman. If that was our heir or something, then we'd have issues and we'd be all like, whoa, stop that. Good point about that though. You can recover from a wound. It just takes a bit of time. And most of the time you get the scarred trait, which gives you a little bit extra prestige per month. It can also kill you if you're weak and all that sort of business, but you know, swings and roundabouts. Apologies if I sound a little tired. I stayed up most of the night playing a conquest game of Orion Dino Horde. It took a lot longer than I anticipated. Something like 3-4 hours for a single game. But it was worth it. It was worth it. As we wait for something to happen. The Count of Mecklenburg is rumored to be trying to kill his wife. Okay. I don't think we have a... Yeah, we haven't actually discovered the plot, so it doesn't matter. We do have a lot of prisoners. Why are we holding her? Who is she? She's Prince Lofar's wife, my uncle's wife. You know, let's just ransom her for 10 gold. We've got a few banish options, but that's for the guys who were rebels. I believe they introduced this broken spirit modifier fairly early on, because earlier it was a really good idea to capture rebels, hold on to them until you had a liege change, and then force them to convert religion or whatever. See, if we converted this guy's religion, he'd lose the infidel and zealous ones, which would basically, you know, minus 80, well, plus 80 sort of thing. So he might like us at that point. But he is also a foreigner. We do have him imprisoned and all that sort of stuff. But I believe they introduced the broken spirit modifier to stop you getting rebels and being all like, hey, you know, these rebels are actually pretty good, let's make them nobles, and basically getting free dudes out of that. I expressed my views on the whole religion and God thing a bit too loud and got into a lot of trouble with a priest because of it. Minus 15 piety, not too bad. Be nice to have a bit more piety, but, well, we're a bit cynical, so whatever. And 10 gold from that, lovely. But yeah, I was single playing Orion Dino Horde, myself against the horde of dinosaurs, and I won because I got the vertical takeoff and landing craft. Anyway, Siegfried of the Steiermarkian Peasant Revolt has declared the Peasant Revolt for Steiermark on me. There he is. He's taking attrition because there's tuberculosis. See, well, it says the supply limit for me is 9, the supply limit for him is 3. Alright, let's raise up some of our levies. That should do it. And we'll just go down into, I'm thinking Salzburg. Let's have a look. Yeah, Salzburg will do. And we don't have to worry about the attrition too much, even if we had over 9,000 men, because we're not going to be in that province for too long. I hope. Niederbayern improved its keep. Technology. Words. So what we'll do next, what we basically have to do next in Niederbayern is to increase the castle walls. You can see this little symbol here means that we need a prerequisite building, which for this case is castle walls. We're still going to hold off on that because we want to save money. It'll help in the long run, trust me. So this is also a slight problem with using retinues as your main army, if you just have one big army of them. Eventually we might have a few. But the problem is that, well, they're on one side of your lands. You may have to dedicate some boats to transporting them around the place, but you can't He's trying to kill somebody and I don't like it. Just tell him to stop that. You can't retinue boats. My kinswoman here died in childbirth. Right? Yeah, we should be able to take these guys. He's not a very... He's an average soldier. He's pretty defensively minded, but, you know. And he's got some buddies who are actually pretty decent. But we're going to have over twice his troops. And we're going to put some decent commanders in line. Cumin. Ah, well, we can't actually change the commanders. But that's alright, these guys aren't too bad. We can't change them because of our goddamn crown authority. My cousin has had a son, another one, with the princess of the Byzantine Empire. Speaking of the Byzantine Empire... Whoops, that's not right. We'll go the easy way, down here. How are we doing? Look at that, 2 Littlepfingers in the succession. Amazing. And they are definitely too old to have more children. Excellent. I'll be very happy to have Littlepfingers ruling the Byzantine Empire. Alright, let's go beat up some peasants. I'd really like this to be passed. Oh, hang on. Let's just combine those 2 armies. Getting that warning about our levies being raised too long. It's alright, they're not going to be raised for very long at all. These guys are going to manage to move off to Österreich, though. That's actually very good for us. We've got a new Count of Marienburg. He likes us, even though he's ambitious. He does like us, which is a little odd. My child shows every sign of being infatuated with a courtier and follows the person in question everywhere. Ah, how sweet. Which is Princess Ida's opinion of me is raised. She doesn't like us at all. I don't know why they've gotten the whole claimant to the Kingdom of Germany thing. It doesn't make sense because they're my children, not my father's children. Maybe it'll pass, she gets plus 15, or separate them. Which is, they both hate us, they both get the stressed trait. And, yeah. Well, actually, no, she hates us, and they both dislike each other. So who is this fellow? Oh, I don't know. She's not popping up. He's not popping up anyway. Let's have a look at our court. His name was Galindo Diaz. Sounds like we have some Italians running around in our realm. No, he's Basque. You know what? He's not such a bad bloke. Ah, how sweet. We would take a massive prestige hit from doing that, so we're not going to marry them. And we're going to move our troops into Österreich. Hopefully to reinforce the Austrian army here. Yeah, we should be able to. Just in time. So now we're defending. So we get our archers being better than everything else. Ludolf says, these peasants we have are all mine to command like little slaves, right? That's right, my child, which is a 50% chance of arbitrary, 40% chance of cruel, 10% of proud. The only good one there is proud, and it's such a small chance that it's a fucking terrible decision, to be quite honest. I mean, really. That's it, you're under curfew. 80% chance of wrath, which isn't too bad, and a 20% chance of proud. Here's wrath. We don't get any war score from this particular battle because it was between the rebels and a third party. But even if we wiped out his army at that point, we would get, you know, 100% war score, because he wouldn't be able to press his war in any way. And we've just done that, so yep, so even though we've got 49% from battles, we have 100% all up. Offer peace. Done. Done. Put these guys down. Yeah, and see, he's completely fucking useless now because he's not only imprisoned, but he's got the broken spirit thing. And he'll have that broken spirit even if we released him. So, back to the real war. We're besieging the bishopric of Ratsborg quite swiftly. And these vassal penalties will go away. Hopefully quite swiftly as well. They should. We've only got 1 point on each. And we have put the vassal levies down. Come on, let's have it. Thank you. Bit of gold. And now we're besieging the city of Starogard. Also, by doing this, we're actually getting closer to being, you know, fulfilling our ambition. And then we probably won't have any further ambitions to select. That's a problem with being emperor. You've got to kind of make your own ambitions. The game won't tell you to do things. Speaking of the game not telling you to do things, when you open up the save game and start playing, you can see... Excuse me. We've lost a few troops, probably due to some sort of event that didn't pop up. Whatever. When you open up a save game, you can actually select a different character to play. So we could play as, say, you know, the West Francian, or someone over in India, or whatever. We don't have to play as Kaiser Ulrich. We could even select to play as one of the dukes in his realm. It also gives you that wonderful difficulty slider. Okay, there we go, siege complete. So we should now have a ticking war score. We do. And we'll just head up to Finn and continue pressing our advantage. We don't have any supply issues. But yeah, it still shows up a difficulty slider. We hit 0% on the difficulty slider a long time ago, before we even formed the Holy Roman Empire. But we're at something like, it caps at 0. But if you added everything up, ooh, he's hired mercenaries. We should be able to take these guys. We outnumber them 4-1, even though we're crossing a strait. And he's going to try and move off anyway. Let's just let him move off. We're not going to be able to let him move off. Fuck it, let's take him. We're well hard here. The Duchess of Austria is trying to kill Prince Lothar. Well, she likes us, so we're going to say stop that. Okay, well, that's a pretty epic commander, the Navarrese Company's guy. We should still be able to win this, just on numbers alone, but look at the straight crossing penalties. Basically everything is negative. I think the only thing there is pikemen. No, pikemen still get a negative. There you go. Gran is under siege. Where the fuck is Gran? Oh. There's a Catholic uprising army from Hungary, I believe. It's just crossed the border. It'll be going back soon. Yep, see, even though we're crossing a strait into, well, a better led army, we just have the force of numbers on our side. This will cost us a little bit just to reinforce that retinue, but, you know, we also wiped them all out, got 22.2, and we captured this dude. And this is odd. See, this guy was a Jew at some stage, or he was the... No, he doesn't have any family, so he's one of the randomly created Jewish people, but he has somehow become Catholic. They're not supposed to do that. And you won't ransom him back. Oh well, I guess we keep him. Like some sort of Pokemon. Yeah, see, these guys are heading back even though they've been completely, you know, fucked up. That Catholic uprising will be over fairly shortly if I guessed. So, when we get that money, we'll probably increase the castle walls here. Oh, wonderful, our wife has gotten us 50 tech points somewhere. Ah. Oh, this is interesting. We really don't have enough that 50 is going to make a big difference somewhere. So anything would be good, but I would more appreciate military. So let's say military. It went into cultural. It hasn't really changed anything. We could cap off these two. I'm not going to cap off religious customs because that's got a fairly decent advance at 17.9% chance a year. We could cap off popular customs because it's got a 0.6 chance per year and it's only worth 20. But we're also getting a bit closer to upgrading our majesty again. So we're gonna hold off on that until we can upgrade majesty, because majesty is more important than getting an extra 0.2 vassal opinion from cities. Right. Military organization in Weimar has increased. That doesn't affect this in any way. The only thing that military organization counts for, I believe, is our capital province. He's surrendering. Done. Thank you. Let's take our men down to Sorbs now. Just doing a little bit of realm solidification. Now, let me just have a little bit of a count fest here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 provinces in the Kingdom of Denmark. It's going to take a while for him to integrate those two, I think. No, that's actually 3 there. To integrate those 3 into his realm. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We could potentially get these 2 via a bit of fabrication. That would give us 6, so we'd still need to take Finn or, say, Bornholm here, which we wouldn't really be able to do very well. I'm just thinking how we could, you know, worm our way into... Well, Norway's looking pretty big. Norway is deceptively big, though, because that's a whole province, that's a whole province, that's a whole province. And they're shit provinces anyway. I mean, look at this one. It doesn't even have any secondary holdings. It just has, you know, a really shitty castle. If we could take Denmark, then we could press up into Scandinavia, that sort of thing. But we're just going to ignore that for the moment. Because we're going to wage a little bit more warfare in the German area. Or more correctly, the Wendish Empire's area. How's that murder plot going, by the way? Ugh, really? Only 70%? Get the Doge of Genoa on hands. We'd have to pay him. How much? Oh my god, 217 gold? Fuck you, bro! Oh, fuck you and your balding wife. Wow, that's ridiculous. What about these guys? Let's see, Isintrude? 20 gold. Okay, so keep that in mind, because she won't get us over the cap, but her, combined with, say, the Duke of Lower Lorraine here, would. And he wants 173 gold. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Seriously. Okay, so she was worth 18%. We need 30. So, let's see. This Count of Luxembourg, how much was she? 18. So the Count of Luxembourg would put us up to 26. Okay, he's affordable. And then the Bishop of Bobbio here. Okay, yeah, let's do this. So we send him money and we say, join our plot. Then we send her some money and we say, join a plot. And then we send him some money and say, join a plot. So that's cost us about a little bit shy of 100, I believe. But it's better than paying 200. Yeah, and see, now we've got 105.7% chance, which is good. And now we're just going to try and get this back up. It's good that we have so much in the way of money, simply because that helps us. We're just shy of this retinue cap, I think. Yeah, we've got just over 800, and we need 900. So taking this little province here, Sorbs, that'll do us wonders. And they've remained Slavic, which is good for us, because there's really not much else in the way of Slavic rulers around. That's good. Are these guys turning Orthodox? Yeah, huh, that's kind of neat. And looks like the Jewish realms are still... Yeah, Khazaria is actually doing very well. I'm always surprised when Khazaria does well, because it traditionally just gets utterly stomped. Who's Lotharingia at war with? Burgundy. They're attacking Burgundy for Julich, and there's a peasant revolt. What about West France? Are you involved in anything? They're attacking Jorvik as an ally. And that's why they can't join in on Lotharingia's war with Burgundy, because in that war they're allied with Burgundy. So it doesn't really matter for us, because if we can't attack Burgundy and we don't care about it at this point, and we'd still be dragging West Francia in if we attacked Lotharingia, I believe. Anyway, my Prince Bishop Wolfgang here, my Chancellor, has managed to improve the Duchess of Austria's opinion of me. That's good, so we're going to move him somewhere else. To the Duke of Pomerania, I think. Yes. He's reigning in Solden in Stettin, which is this one here. Now technically we didn't really have to do that because he isn't a vote holder in the actual Holy Roman Empire, I think. Alright, wartime. Oh, the Independence faction finally left. Wonderful, all of our factions finally fit on one page. Lovely. You! You know, he won't become our vassal because false religion, etc. Well, I guess it's a holy war then. Oh, they've got an army over there. They've got an army here too, but, well, they're mercenaries. You can tell because it's led by a captain, and because it has exactly 2,250 guys. Doesn't really matter though. Those mercenaries are all dead. And they may have just given us a nice amount of war score as well. He called in an ally. I didn't even check how much percent we got out of that. Looks like it was 15. 15.82. Very nice. King of Hungary's in. Oh, they must have been allied, but it doesn't matter. The King of Hungary is too weak at this stage to deal with. Speaking of, we should take some more of that guy's land at some point. Yeah, he's calling in a lot of guys. He's actually got quite a few, well, 4 allies that I don't care anything about. He's called them all in, by the way. Wonderful. Now let's go and besiege this place while he walks back into my lands to do something. To besiege Calais. Wonderful. So we've got 5.9, and he's got 3.8. We should take this place first. We're a little bit closer to pressing that law change because the Countess of Austria has voted for it. The Duchess of Austria, sorry. I think. It says the Duchess of Brabant, but I don't see... Oh, down the bottom. 9 votes from Austria. It's like Eurovision, kind of. You know, everybody's going to call in and, you know, greetings from Austria. Oh, I think... No, Rostock is still Norse. Will you convert? Yes, you'll convert. Thank you. About damn time, woman. Yeah, so we're going to get, you know, votes called in from all over Europe. And see, now she likes us. Like, suddenly she's at 100%, even with the penalty for demanding a conversion. Not that it's going to matter for too long. She's 62 years old. Her heir is a Littlefinger. But it's kind of nice. You know, maybe she'll actually vote for something. If she can, actually. Yeah, I don't think she gets a vote because she's not part of the de jure HRE. Speaking of, when the 26th of June comes around, we're reassigning our Chancellor to something that actually matters. Okay, yep, this is going nicely up. Now he's hired more mercenaries, so let's just go beat them up, and then we'll come over here and beat up this army. I can't have him hiring mercenaries and joining up forces, etc. So what we're doing here is really just wasting his money. He does have a lot of it. Don't get us wrong, he has a lot of money, and that's why he's constantly hiring mercs. But, well, you know, fuck that. Alright, let's go beat up this army. Another bonus of converting the Countess of Rostock to Catholicism is that she's revoking the titles from these two guys here. Well, she just revoked the city of Gustro, so it's now held by a Catholic. And in the future, at some point, she should revoke Godi. Godi is the title for the Norse priests. He's a gardener, isn't that nice? But she should revoke his title at some point. My mayor here would like me to release Lezak here. Lezak considers me an evil tyrant. So what we're going to do is say we're going to banish him. And then we're going to say, very well. And we may not get the opinion boost from that. But, well, one way or the other, we no longer have somebody who would have been a problem if he was just free to reign, because he has minus 100 opinion of me. My kinswoman here, my trusting kinswoman, needs an educator. Diplomacy, I think. Yes. This one. Done. So they're going to move into Posen on the 13th of May. That's alright. Let's just move back into, or feign a move back into Lower Cilicia. Because I want to see what these guys are going to do on the 13th. Okay, they're besieging the place. Yeah, okay, so it's going to take us 10 days to get there. We should make it. Crush them, and then we can head into Lebus proper. And we're going to crush these guys. Yep, look at that. Just wiping the floor. My son is of legal age. And he has become a brilliant strategist, sorry. He's a great commander. He's alright at his stewardship, but he's terrible at diplomacy and learning, so we can't have him inherit. He's going to get Germany, but that's alright. I don't mind him getting Germany. And his twin, Princess Helene here, is now a skilled tactician. She's actually pretty good. Wonderful. Let's get this guy married. The Duchess of Cyprus is 15 years old, pretty bad at whatever she does, but she's the Duchess of Cyprus. There's also this daughter of the Basilius. Now that would get us an alliance with the Byzantine. You can see here, alliance. Nice. This one here would apparently get us an alliance with Kaiser Ulrich II of the Holy Roman Empire. Cough. And I think that's going to be about what we can do there. The King of Georgia. It's not terrible, I guess, but it's not wonderful. King of England. Nothing to do with West Francia, from what I can see. The Grand Prince of Smolensk. Nah. You'll have to wait a couple of years before you get your wife, bro, but, you know. You'll get her. And we'll get a lovely alliance with the Byzantine again. Which we can exploit for free money from the Pope. And yeah, it'll be good. Wonderful. So in a couple of years, we'll be able to do that. And it'll let us know when we can, of course. We do, however, have an unlanded son, which is him. We'll probably give him Libers. It's kind of not that great. I know we were going to take it for ourselves, but, well, fine. Somebody just dropped out of our plot, but it didn't reduce the plot power too much. His Doge's power is increasing a bit. Oh, he's the spy master. He's still going to want an abnormal amount of gold. Like, that's just ridiculous. We could send our Chancellor there, which does remind me I need to rearrange him. Okay, so we're not just looking at our vassals here for the, you know, negative opinions. We're looking to see which one of them are part of the Holy Roman Empire. So we know Thuringia is. We know Franconia is. Baden is as well. So let's get Baden back on side. She's reigning in Bresgau, down here. Done. And she was part of, yeah, she's part of the Independence faction. So, I mean, not Independence, the Lower Crown Authority faction. The worst faction that we have here. In terms of my opinions. It's good for them. It's probably the best in terms of manpower. But yeah, if we can get her a bit on side, she might leave that. We've fulfilled the ambition to amass wealth all of a sudden because we inherited the county of Nissen from Count Guntram of Nissen because he died. So that's all the way over here. Excuse me. It's part of Greater Poland, which I don't believe we've formed. Yep, we haven't formed it, so we can hold this one without accruing any weird penalties. And we're actually going to hold on to it for now. But, because we achieved our objective, which was to fulfill our ambition, we're going to buy some stuff. So, castle walls. Barracks. Now we're out of money. One interesting thing is the Unlanded Sons mod here, which is basically negative a kingdom worth of prestige. Actually, that appears to be a little bit more now. It's -1 instead of -0.8. If you're running under Gavelkind succession, there is no penalty for having unlanded sons. The problem, of course, is that then, well, you've got, you know, your domains get split when you die. Oh, and that little point of stewardship that we got for amassing wealth was enough to bump our personal domains up to 8. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, we're definitely going to hold on to his place for the moment. Wait, is it? Yeah, it's not even Catholic. So, because nobody else will put their chaplain there to convert it, I'll put my chaplain there. Whereas Kaliz, Posen, and Stolp here all have their own guys putting their chaplains around the place. Hopefully. What's that? Aquitaine split from Burgundy. Is it still elective? Yep, still elective. Well, that's good. That's good. Do we have any reasons for war against him? We have several. We've got a de jure claim on Luxembourg. We've got a claim on Gascon for the Princess of Aquitaine. What? And a claim on Dax, which is... they're both down there. I don't want anything to do with that. Who is this? Huh. Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't realize that we had a Princess of Aquitaine up here. But we may declare a war for Luxembourg at some point. Just because it's part of our de jure realm. He's hired mercenaries again. Oh, this is going to just get irritating, I feel. We have to deal with them. It's annoying because we have to leave our siege here. So let's go deal with them. They can't run. They're at too low a morale to run. I don't know why he's hiring them. I mean, I kind of do, because, you know, he needs to. But it's a futile exercise on his part. We're just murdering mercenaries. Who are they? The Finnish band this time. Yep, there we go. Bunch of dead mercs. Still won't take the peace offer. Well, there goes any hope of finishing this before the end of the episode, because now... oh, their morale hadn't recovered yet. That's excellent. We would have to wait if we wanted to assault it, because our siege weaponry has been destroyed. But, well, you know, that's just how it goes. You just have to deal with it. And I'm probably going to give this one to my son, just so that I can get rid of this warning sign here. Got a bunch more of these things popping up. He doesn't matter because he's giving it to a Littlefinger. That's interesting. We have Littlefingers in... the Duke of Toulouse is a Littlefinger. Huh. That's really cool. I wasn't aware of that. And what else do we have? And Eckhart here, which should go away. I just want to check something. This guy here, he's... we would lose whatever this guy stands to inherit because he's the actual Count of Nantes over here. So getting rid of Duke Halori here might be a very good idea. Just stabbing the hell out of him. You know, after... we dropped below 97% again. Let's see if the Duke of Tuscany is reasonable. He is. Join the war, bro. Not the war, the plot. Excellent. We just need to keep that over 106%. We have a marriage offer from the King of Aquitaine, proposing that Bernhard Littlefinger marries my sister, Princess Walpurga. Well, that's the only issue there, the weak claim, but it's not so much of an issue. Let me see. Walpurga. Ah, yes, and this would actually give us an alliance of Aquitaine, and they would accept making it matrilineal. They'll accept making it matrilineal because they're both Littlefingers. This is getting a little bit incestuous, I think. It'd actually gain 104 prestige from marrying into House Littlefinger, which is a little odd. But even though they're still Littlefingers, so the matrilineal thing doesn't really matter, it kind of does. just on the grounds of who inherits what. So we're going to do that one. And this guy will in a couple of days, and that'll get rid of that message and all that sort of stuff. This guy's trying to kill the Count of Chele. Don't do that, he's only a kid. So in a moment, we should get a message that this guy has accepted. There we go, lovely. Now we have an alliance with the King of Aquitaine. So if we were to go to war with Burgundy, West Francia or Lotharingia, we'd draw him in. It means we won't be going to war for Luxembourg anytime soon. But you know, that's alright. We can live with that. Our truce with Burgundy probably won't be going away for a while. We don't have a truce with Burgundy. Oh, I know what's happened. There's a new King of Burgundy. He does have an alliance with the King of Aquitaine, but the King of Aquitaine likes me more. Well, it might be finally time to take Carinthia back in its entirety. After we beat up the Sorbians. But we're going to have to leave that till next episode, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's actually gotten pretty close without me noticing. So let's just try and get this siege over and done with, and then we'll call it the end. Okay, one more tick. Come on. And yeah, next episode we'll go back to all of Burgundy. Nice, nice. And we've successfully gotten this girl, who is the daughter, I believe, of King Arpad. 10 gold for her. Yeah, sure, whatever. 10 gold is 10 gold. And now we've got some really quick and easy sieges against Kostrizin, Mislabors, and Zelona Gora. But, as I said... Alright, he's already considering the ransom, but we'll get to that next episode. So if you've got any questions about what I'm doing, more plans for the future beyond just conquering parts of various countries, we've got some. We've got some. Comments about what I'm doing, leave all of those questions and comments both below. It'd be great to see them and answer some of them for you or respond in some way. If you liked the video, give it a like, and if you'd like to see more, subscribe button is just down there. But in the meantime, I've been Sub, you've been yourselves, later.